Well, hello. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is my first video log of many to come. My name is Little Flower, and I'm here to share my experiences. I'm here to share my journey, and I'm here to grow and take you along with me for anybody who would like to join me. And so basically, the purpose of me coming here to share my journey is to help others with their journey. And the biggest part of what I'm dealing with is gang stalking and gaslighting on a grand scale. And so here's the deal. One of my favorite public speakers, Dr. Stephen Greer, he basically says that his advice is to go public. Because if you try to deal with things in secret, you're more subject to harm that way. And so with gang stalking and the gaslighting, they want you to self-destruct. They want you to implode. They want to cause fear. I'm not scared. That's why I'm here to talk about it. And the end game is for their targets to commit suicide. And or at least make it look like somebody committed suicide. The thing is that I'm in love with life. COVID has been really difficult for everybody. COVID has secondary and tertiary effects for everybody. And so, as healthcare workers, we've seen a lot. And for EMS, we saw the whole thing on the front lines. 911, public sector, and then private sector. We all saw it. We all were there. And I'm here to talk about that in multiple videos to come. But this particular segment is to introduce myself. My name is Little Flower. Yes, it's my real name. You don't really care what they call me at work. That's a beautiful name also. But Little Flower is my North American Chippewa Indian name. I'm 25% quantum blood, and by today's standards, that's a whole lot of quantum blood. And I'm 25% Irish and 50% Philippine. My mom was born in 1936 in Cebu. Cebu. I am Cebuana. I'm a Cebuana native island girl. And my parents met while my dad was in the service. He was in Vietnam. And my mom, she was correspondence. She had subscribed to a magazine. And that's how people all over the world would meet each other. It was more like analog internet dating. And so my dad proposed to her, and the rest is history. And so with my dad, he is a really interesting character. He had the gift of gab, and he would say, spin the globe, and stop it anywhere. Put your finger on the globe. I've been there. My dad would say He was like horse shit because he's been everywhere throughout the world. He served in the Canadian Royal Air Force, and he also served in the United States Army. His name is John Elijah Landon, and I'm sure somebody out there will find this video. My dad is RH negative. I am RH negative as well. I'm AB negative, which incidentally, guess what? The shroud, you know, we all know the shroud. The shroud was tested, and the blood that they tested was AB negative. And my mom, B positive. My dad, A negative. Me, boom, AB negative. And incidentally, he also was in Antarctica. He did research in Antarctica, and he used to reminisce about the red light. They had to work in that red light. He hated red light. And I guess he spent a ton of hours out there, and that's why he was not fond of the red light. So that's all he would say about it. So what'd you do there in Antarctica? How wild and cool is that? He said research. And now I'm very curious about it. And consequently, I was born in Michigan, in Wayne County, Michigan. That has no significance to many people right now, but I'm sure there's more to come on that. Anyhow. My story begins with me telling you guys about me being gaslighted and gang stalked. This is why I'm here. I'm here to share that. And I'm also here to share not only about the logistics of being gang stalked, I'm here to share how to handle it, how to survive, how to get by, and live a very fulfilled life. Because there are plenty of other RH negatives throughout the world that deal with being gang stalked. There is nowhere to turn. There is no police report to fill. Because what are you going to say? You're going to say, oh, they looked at me weird in this weird look. What are you going to say? In this day and age, we have multiple technologies. And so the day of being gang stalked, the old ways, gone. Why? Because I always say an armed society is a polite society. And what I mean by that is that we have our cameras on us at all times. The cell phones. Because what I have discovered is that the perpetrators who do all of that the camera shy. They do not like to have their faces immortalized like that. So begins my tale of me coming forth, going public, because nobody wants to be recognized. Because society says gang stalking doesn't happen. Society says gaslighting doesn't happen. The whole thing is contrived in secrecy. The whole thing is perpetuated covertly. So when it's all done in secrecy, when it's all done covertly, what means does the targeted individual have was coming forth? It takes a very experienced and very well articulated person to deconstruct what's going on. My favorite public speaker, Dr. Stephen Greer, says, go public. Because when you are in the public's eye, it's a lot harder to fall prey to those who seek harm. That is why I'm here, to maintain my safety. I'm in love with life. We all have had our road and experiences during this time of COVID. And as of December 7th, in the year of 2020, this woman is in love with life. I intend to grasp it and live it to the fullest. In the event anything were to happen to me, you hear it first from me. Because in the event I were ever to take my own life, I'm going to tell you something. Number one, I revoke being an organ donor. The whole purpose for the gang stalking and the gaslighting is to cause RH negatives to self-destruct. Because in the world of organ harvesting, they say that an RH negative body is worth more to them dead than alive. So, this is my advice to all RH negatives. Do not Do not go on legal record as an organ donor. You need to take away what they seek. If you're not an organ donor, then there is no profit to be gained from all the energy they invest in getting your remains. And here's another thing. This is my biggest advice. In the event any Rh negative wants to opt out, don't leave them your body. Don't leave them your remains. And how is that possible? There are other ways to destruct what they seek. I had a friend suggest arsenic. Why? Because it would destroy all of the cells on a cellular level. In the event this woman right here had ever decided to opt out, it would be in such a way none of my organ tissue would be viable. That's how you know it was something I contrived. So, in the event anything ever happened to me, you know it's homicide. So, begins my tale of what I've been dealing with this past season at the Texas Renaissance Festival.